Justin Fields, 2nd and 9. Nice little turn. DJ Moore, he's out of there. And that's what the number one receiver will do for you. And that is what a number one receiver will do for you right there. Joe Burrow is a fantastic quarterback. Josh Allen is a great quarterback, an elite quarterback. But a number one receiver has made both of them substantially better. DJ Moore is that. He's not Jamar Chase and he's not Stephon Diggs. He pushes the Chicago receiving core much closer to being in that conversation, in that category of elite. You know, I don't know about elite, but top. You know, you have an option like him who can just take the ball and turn like that and do what he does with it, do what he just did with it. That changes what you can do. So now that takes a lot of pressure off of Justin Fields. I've seen Jamar Chase do the same kind of thing. Now, sometimes Burrow makes a play, sometimes Chase makes a play, sometimes a combination of both. But this is going to make Justin Fields a different kind of guy, man. That's first and foremost, man. I can't understate how much a number one receiver matters to a quarterback, man. No one that cannot be undersold at all. Right here, man, Khalil Herbert is another guy I really wanted to talk about too, man. Like, Khalil Herbert is not a slouch. And if he can do stuff like this in the receiving game, because this is the downside of his game right here. We know he can run. The man averaged 5.7 yards a carry last year behind this offensive line, which we'll get to later. If he can catch the ball and make plays in the receiving game, it's really gonna get ugly for him. Because Justin Fields needs dump downs. He can't just dump it off to Cole Kmet. He's dumping it off to Khalil Herbert, and Khalil Herbert turning into this kind of plays.
And is able to find Herbert with plenty of room to run again. A first down, and it's going. There he goes with some blocks.
Oh yeah, he rumbling, stumbling. Give me some. That's big money right there. Telling you, bro. I think Khalil Herbert, man. Listen, don't sleep. That's a fantasy options right there. Fantasy options, big time. I think that offense has got real potential. I'm not going to really go through this game too much more because we've seen the starting offense right there. That was pretty much it. But I think they got some real potential to do some things this year. I really like DJ Moore in that offense is the number one. Tevin Jenkins is a fucking dog at right guard, left guard, whatever guard you put him at. He got a nasty streak in him. That boy go and hit somebody. He is not a slouch. I think that offensive line with Darnell Wright just getting picked in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a really solid pickup for them. He's been a really good right tackle at Tennessee from everything I heard. I'm not a great offensive line coordinator or great offensive line evaluator, I should say, but I think he's been solid at Tennessee. Been a starter for like 3 years or something crazy like that. Khalil Herbert, we've already spoke on. You got Roschon Johnson coming in from the 4th round. I mean, that guy, he was sitting behind Bijan Robinson like he's the best running back we've seen in, however long they say. Since AP, he's a pretty good running back who just so happened to be number 2 on the depth chart. I think he got a lot of spunk. He's got a lot of bounce if someone gets hurt, along with Dante Foreman as well, who hasn't had a lot of burn in the league. Like, still got some juice. I really like Darnell Mooney. I thought St. Equanius Brown, is that his name? I'm sorry. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I'm talking about St. Armand Brown's brother, who is in Detroit. His brother is in Chicago. A lot of people I don't even know if people know. I thought he played well last year. He could be a really good receiving option. And, by the way, I haven't even mentioned the fact that they brought in Chase Claypool, who, if just so happens to be a grain of the talent that we thought he could be, will definitely be productive in this offense. So, Sidney Jones right there with the fumble just now. I think he has potential still. He can be a decent player. They got a lot of weapons in here, man. The only thing that really makes me nervous is their defense, obviously, but it's not the defense as a whole because they've brought in so many players to really fill gaps that they had that were bad. The thing that makes me nervous is their coverage. They got a lot of young corners, man. Kyler Gordon only going into his 2nd year. Jalen Johnson is been there. He's been a steady corner. I think he's a really good corner. I don't think he's a great corner, but he's a good corner. Oh, wait, look at this throw by P.J. Walker. What are you doing, P.J.? PJ. I'm sorry, I had to pause for this. P.J. Walker. Gang. Who was you throwing it to? That man wildin', bro. P.J. Walker, I hope the guys you don't have to play this year. They should have had a better backup behind Justin Fields. Hopefully nothing happens. Well, Levis looking good. This team though, this team has real potential. Now, I was saying the coverage has some question marks. They got a lot of young corners, and I'm worried that the corners maybe are gonna be vulnerable. Hopefully, midway through the season I'm really thinking that this offensive line is gonna start to gel. The corners are gonna start to make some plays and start to figure it out with Kyler Gordon going into his second year. Tyreek Stevenson coming in, he was a second rounder as well. I think he's gonna take him some time, but if he gets his feet underneath him, he's gonna be good. And like I said, Jalen Johnson's been a constant pro. He's been a guy that's been around like a 60, 70 grade guy in PFF for his entire career. He'll be okay. He'll be good. He's gonna be solid there. My boy, one of my favorite players in their secondary, Kendall Vildor, is probably their fourth corner. If Tyreek Stevenson doesn't play well, he might be starting. That's such a villain name. I fucking love that kid. I kind of hope the best for him. I really hope he gets it turning around and plays well. And I mean, the safety tandem is probably the best in the league right now when you're talking about Jaquan Brisker and Eddie Jackson. That boy's a dog. You know what I'm saying? Watch it. You know what I'm saying? I think they're really gonna be good. And you can just see right now, they're just fast up front, bro. I'm telling you, this D-line is good, man. This D-line is really good. Bringing in DeForest Walker, bro. Was it Devon Dexter? I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but they're making plays, bro. Look at them, though. I'm telling you, bro, this defensive line is for sure gonna be much improved. The pass rush was never really the problem. It was more so the defense. Can they stop the run a little bit? And I definitely think they will, man. They definitely will. Let's go back a little bit. I think that we got to look at that. I think I want to see that sequence again right there when they were just getting after Malik Willis.
The rookie out of six, near the 40-yard line. That ball may have come out loose for a moment. Josh
All
Wiley,
you've seen is their defense making plays the whole time.
Levis underneath.
Wow.
And the catch made near the 40-yard line. That ball may have
They
come
must
out
have
loose for a
overturned
moment.
this.
Josh Wiley.
They must have overturned this, but Josh Riley coughed it up.
Is going to be here. Chestnut is the running back.
Malik Willis gets it back.
And
Defensive
on
line
Willis. Flag is
getting
thrown.
after it.
He's able to escape to the right. Travis Gibson again got some penetration.
Travis Gibson was good last year. He's going to be good again this year.
We'll check. Willis.
Look at this pass rush.
That ball punched out loose from the backside.
Look at that pass rush.
Bears football.
I'm telling you, man, it's going to be. They just are getting after Malik. I mean, like, and this is well into the second quarter, man. These are backups, dude.
We'll see George in a little bit. Nice run by Willis.
Moving the pocket around, making some things happen. Javon Dexter was the name I was looking for earlier. That was their second round pick. Roshan Johnson right here with a play. With the play, what I tell you, the boys got juice. Yeah, man. I'm really high on the Brown. I'm really high on the Bears this year. I think they have the potential to go from worst to first. I really do. I think this team has the potential to be a playoff team. They might not win too many games in the playoffs. It just depends on what Justin Fields does. But I do think they have a chance to push for a playoff spot at the very least, maybe a wild card spot. But I would not be surprised if they knock off the Lions for that first spot, for that first place. Or I should be saying Minnesota, but I think I'm with most people who don't think Minnesota's going to be first place anymore. I think most people are picking the Lions to win that division. I'm leaning Lions, but I'm really having a tough time counting Chicago out. And I'm really thinking that could be the surprise of this upcoming NFL season is worst to first Chicago Bears. And potentially on the flip side of that, I can see Minnesota going from first to worst is the other bold statement I got here. But high on the Chicago Bears, high on Justin Fields. I think this defense will be much improved. Excited to see what they can do. I'm excited what they can see what they can do in year 3 of Justin Fields. I think this is year 2 for their head coach, and I think they're gonna find a way to make it work, man. I think they're gonna do some things. It's gonna be interesting. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey.
Give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.